Hello, welcome back. Chinese is not an easy language to learn, but it's even harder when you have to relearn words you thought you knew. This video helps you avoid this trap. Some of my students become disheartened because they wish they'd known that some Chinese words are completely different. It's hard to unlearn a word you've been using for a long time. I've already covered some vocab variations here. We'll cover more in this video, which will help you communicate better with both Taiwanese and Chinese Mandarin speakers. Our first word is hotel. In China, a hotel is 酒店, while in Taiwan, people tend to call a hotel 饭店 or 旅馆. If you say 酒店 in Taiwan, people might think of the place where you have drinks and karaoke. Number 2, to call a taxi. In China, a taxi is called 的士. To call a taxi is 打的 or 打车. In Taiwan, a taxi is called 计程车. To call a taxi is 叫计程车. Number 3, driver. In China, how people say or address a taxi driver is 师傅. In Taiwan, we tend to use this word on artisans or qualified workers such as 面包师傅 or 水电师傅. As for the word driver, we say 司机. Before we move on, a quick test. Can you help Matt by filling in the blank? Next, to text. In China, it's 发短信, while in Taiwan, we say 传简讯. The differences are not only the word for text message, but also the verb to send. In China, it's 发. In Taiwan, it's 传. You use these verbs when talking about sending emails or instant messages. In China, you can also use the same verb 发 to talk about sending letters or parcels. Much to the annoyance of my students, in Taiwan we use a different verb 寄 for sending letters or parcels. Nowadays, sending messages on social networking apps is replacing texting. So if you are in China, you might say to your friends, 发微信给我. If you are in Taiwan, you might say, 传赖给我. How about to send a video? In China, people say, 发视频. In Taiwan, people say, 传影片. So, when I thank you for watching my video, I'd say, 谢谢收看我的影片. Let's stop for another test. Go. Next, the word for rubbish. In China, it's 垃圾. In Taiwan, it's 垃圾. While sounding completely different, the written form is the same. So, a rubbish bin in China is 垃圾桶. In Taiwan, it's 垃圾桶. Then, a weight unit special to China and Taiwan. In both places, you'll come across this weight unit, 斤. Same character and pronunciation. However, they stand for different weight. In Taiwan, 一斤 equals 0.6 kilogram. In China, 一斤 equals half a kilogram. Nowadays, they are mainly used in markets to measure food, such as fruit and veg or rice. And in China, when they talk about body weight, they also use 斤. But apart from that, both regions use 公斤, which is 1,000 grams, to make trading and communication easier. On the other hand, the word for meter, 米, and 公尺, they mean the same thing, 100 centimeters. The differences in measurement is not new. It's confusing when people from different countries use different units for weight, length, or temperature. Fortunately, we don't have to remember how to convert between units of measurements thanks to the technology. In Taiwan, you can ask Google. In China, you'll have to ask Baidu. You've nearly made it. Here's our last test, and then you can have a cup of tea. I'm curious, are you the type of person who prefer to sound like a local or stick to what you know? How do you feel about these vocab variations? Personally, I don't like the word 垃圾. Being Taiwanese and teaching Chinese, if I heard you say a word that we don't normally use in Taiwan, I can't help enlightening you about how it's said over here, but please don't feel annoyed. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next video.